In this video, we're going to learn how to calculate percentage growth, where your money is growing, and percentage loss, where your money is dwindling. So, to do this, the first thing we need to do is convert a percentage to a multiplier. And this is just easy 3 steps. So first, you're just going to find your percentage. Then you're going to take your percentage, divide it by 100, and that's going to give you your multiplier. So let's do a few examples of this, and we'll do it with 8%, 32%, 60%, and 135%. So first, again, 8%, you just write 8%, and then you go 8 divided by 100, and that's going to give you your multiplier of 0.08. Next thing, let's go to 32%, 32 divided by 100, and that's going to give you a multiplier of 0.32. Let's move on to 60%, 60 divided by 100, that's going to give you your multiplier of 0.6. And note, you don't have to write 0.60, you can just write 0.6. You don't need to add that extra 0. And then finally 135%. So again, 135%, 135 divided by 100, and that's going to give you a multiplier of 1.35. So that's the first step you need to do, is get the multiplier. The second thing you got to do is you got to actually convert that to a whole equation multiplier to calculate a growth or a loss. So again, we're just going to add a few more steps. So first, you're going to take your percentage, divide the percentage by 100. That's going to give you your multiplier. And then this is within your scenario that you're given. You have to figure out, is the percentage a growth or a loss? And then once you figure that out, if it's a growth, you're going to add it to 1. Or if it's a loss, you're going to subtract it from 1. So whatever you do, you're going to add or subtract from 1. And then that's going to give you your whole equation multiplier, which right there I just write as WEM for whole equation multiplier. So let's take a look at an actual example here. And let's figure this out. So Michael had $18,000 invested in an E-Trade account. For the 2023 year, the account grew by 19%. What is his new account value? So we're just going to use these steps and figure out what his new account value is. So first, let's find our percentage, and it's right there. It's 19%. So 19%, 19 divided by 100. That's going to give us a multiplier of 0.19. And so now we're at the point where we got to look at our scenario, and we got to figure out, is it a percentage growth or loss? So just look for keywords. 18,000 invested in an account, 2023 year, the account grew by 19%. So now we know that it's growth that we're calculating. So now, since we know it's growth, we're going to add our multiplier to 1. So that's the key. So since it grew, that means we're going to add it to 1. So 1 plus our multiplier of 0.19, and that gives us now our whole equation multiplier of 1.19. So now we can actually use our whole equation multiplier and figure out the new account value. So first, you got to take the original account value of 18,000. Then we're going to multiply that by what we just found to be our whole equation multiplier of 1.19. And then that's going to give us our new account value of 21,420. So again, kind of get rid of all that noise there. We got our old account value times our whole equation multiplier, and then that gives us our new account value. So if we're looking at that, we can see that Michael's account grew by 19% in 2023 to $21,420. Let's do one more scenario, and let's say that Carly made $64,727 in 2023. Combined all state and federal taxes taken out of her pay was 32%. How much did she take home after taxes were deducted? So again, first thing we're going to do is try to find our percent, and right there we see it's 32%. So now we're going to take 32 divided by 100. That's going to give us a multiplier of 0.32. And now we have to figure out, was it a growth or a loss? And so here you got to look for keywords. So it says combined all state and federal taxes taken out of her pay. So again, you see taken out of her pay was 32%. And it says how much did she take home after taxes were deducted. So by seeing that, we can see that it's actually going to be a loss that we're calculating. So it's going to be a loss. So that means if it's a loss, we're going to subtract the multiplier from 1. So we're going to go 1 minus our multiplier of 0.32. And that's going to give us a whole equation multiplier of 0.68. And so what that, if you kind of think about that, that means we're going to calculate what is 68% of the original account. That's what 0.68 means. So same thing now, we're going to take our original account value of $64,727, times it by our whole equation multiplier that we found to be 0.68. And that's going to give us our new account value of $44,014. So let's separate it from all the noise again and just look at these three things here again. The old account value, the whole equation multiplier of 0.68, which again is, think about that, like 68%. So the old account value is going to shrink, and what's left is 68% of the old account value. And that's going to give us our new account value of $44,014. So again, just kind of always good to write what you see here. So we know that Carly made $44,014 after 32% of her income was deducted for taxes. And that's how you calculate percentage growth or loss. And here's your daily reminder to take it easy.